That's right, we're back. Pickem. Week 13 NFL. I'm your host, DJ Body. I got the crew back in the building. We got Chad. We got Kareem Coop, known as Coop. And we got Kareem D.I. Williams back into his house. What's going on? What's going on? Welcome, everybody. Facebook, YouTube. What's it going? What is it doing? How's it, guys? What's going on?
A lot going on. Gobble, gobble. I hope everybody enjoyed their Thanksgiving. For those that couldn't afford a turkey, I'm sure the possum meat was scrumptious.
That's free. You can that's roadkill right there.
Yeah. So, lots to talk about.
Oh,
lots
man.
to talk about, man.
Oh, man. That's a hell of an introduction, man.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
I miss you guys, man. It's good to see you. Man, it's good to see you guys.
Week 13.
Yeah,
a lot
man.
of things to talk about.
A lot of things, definitely a lot of things to talk about. A lot of teams have, came out of the woodworks and put themselves on a map. The Buffalo Bills being one of Chad's team, and the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, you got to give it to them. I mean, what are you gonna say? I mean, Chad, before the broadcast starts, Chad he's not satisfied. He think they should be. What do you guys think you should be? Chad thinks they should be what? What's your record?
Should be 10-2, but hey,
10-2.
A loss is a loss.
Hey, okay, and I get that, and then you have over here the Vikings. You have a quarterback that's riding the coattails, riding the wave in, Kirk Cousins. I mean, is this all for real?
It looked like it. Hey, he's actually the MVP thing now. He only threw one interception like the last 6-7 games. He got the best rating in the last 6-7 games in the league. So hey, he balling.
Hey, you can't take anything away from him, man. Thanksgiving weekend, so it's gonna be a short week here, but we'll go over some games that went on Thanksgiving. The first one being the Chicago Bears taking on the Detroit Lions. And the Bears, man, they're 6-6 right now. Very disappointed with the Bears. I thought they would be definitely a powerhouse this year. Now they're right at 500. And then on the other side, you got the Detroit Lions, man, 3-8-1. The Lions started out pretty good, man. They got the tie, and they got 3 wins. That's another team that I thought came out the box pretty good. I expected to see good things. Stafford goes down, and now they're just trying to deal with damage control, if you will. Trubinsky, I just don't like him as a quarterback, man. I think this might be a nice landing spot for Cam Newton next year. You guys' thoughts on this game and the teams?
I just want to start it off with how both of y'all claimed the Bears were going to be so good. I told y'all this is my division. It changes every year. I don't care how good you was one year.
I said that. I definitely said that. I definitely said that.
We just every year. The Bears suck now. And I knew that. This is a quarterback. We still got a good defense.
Hey, I I can't talk any shit right now. You know, y'all. You
The
know,
Bears are the Bears, and the bottom line is this: the division is a black and blue division. Yes, we know that their quarterback situation is shaky at best. They don't have the greatest offense. They're 6-6. They could easily still get into the playoffs as a wild card. At 10-6, it's highly unlikely, but that division does change every year. I didn't want to see Doves fly back on top of the division. The purple panty people eaters. I really don't think that they are a legitimate Super Bowl contender with Cousins. Wanted to see somebody else emerge in the division, but here we
How
go
he
again.
yeah,
say
and
that?
the Bears were that. I thought the Bears were that
I
team,
thought the
man.
Bears were that with that defense, but the Vikings are right there. But I don't see the Vikings
Yeah.
going to the NFC Championship. We'll get to that later.
All right, man. And then on the other side, the Lions, or what they always been, not even a subpar team at best. 3-8-1 right now. I don't think if Stafford didn't get hurt, I think they still would have been 3-8-1, maybe even worse. Right now Stafford's been in the league, 10 years. We already know what we got with Matthew Stafford. I was real big on him coming out of college. And, he's good at best. When Megatron left, like Barry Sanders left, Detroit, man, Millen destroyed that organization so bad they're still recovering from it. You know?
Yes and no. The Lions have always been a mediocre team. They're hit or miss. They're either really good one year or they're bad for five. No matter who's quarterbacking, it doesn't matter
Good
if it's
point.
Kirk Herbstreit or fucking
Hurt Street.
or Robbie Johnson or Abdullah the Butcher. The bottom line is this team just can't seem to stay consistent no matter who they have a head coach or the GM. And I think that ownership change is needed, and maybe they might have to go in a whole nother direction because they just can't seem to sustain any winning seasons. It's unfortunate.
Danny Gonzalez, it don't matter.
It doesn't matter. Justin Sella. I mean, hey, let's get Barry Brown in there.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
Oh,
Be
man.
proud.
All right, moving on. The second game of the week. Well, Thanksgiving, man. You got the Bills. The Bills are sitting lovely at 9-3. They take on the Dallas Cowboys, and once again, the Dallas Cowboys are 6-6, still ahead of the division. If I believe I'm correct there. Bills are 9-3, man. Jared Allen, is he the next coming of Kurt Warner, or what's going on with this Bills team, man? Usually would have fell off by now. I've seen them come out the box 5-0. Chad,
It's
is your
still
team.
early.
Vic, I know you have history with this team. You've been with the ups and downs of this team as well, Vic, back in the 90s. Got the Cowboys here on the other side. I saw Jerry Jones crying the other day, tears in his eyes. He's emotional. He says they're going to the Super Bowl. I don't know, man, but shout out to Cole Beasley. He came back and torched his team in Dallas, 110 yards, 1 touchdown. Amari Cooper, 85 yards, 0 touchdowns. Ezekiel Elliott sounds like a verse out of the Bible, 71 yards rushing. And Singletary, not the linebacker, 63 yards, no touchdowns. Dak Prescott, though, 355 yards, 2 touchdowns. My opinion, I'm a Giant fan, but I don't believe Prescott is that quarterback, man. Whenever you say this quarterback can't do certain things, then you don't have the right quarterback. Then, that's just my feeling on it. Your guys' take?
I agree.
I agree.
I think he's a good quarterback. He's
Uh,
not. I think he's coaching, man. They got too much talent on that team.
it's too
I
up
don't
in-
think it's Dak.
With all
Dak
that,
done-
oh man, all that talent. I don't know, man. He should be. I think Romo's a better quarterback.
not him though, but it's not him. I
What do you
mean,
thi-
he still be having good games.
So what's the problem then? What's an issue with this team?
Ain't what it was. The offensive line, I keep saying they're the best, but I mean the running game ain't what it was. That's part of it.
The running game is not what it was because NFL makes adjustments from year to year. You might be good doing one thing one year, but eventually everyone's going to catch up to you. It's a copycat league.
Yes.
If you're going to run the ball, then they're going to take away the best thing you got. No one's going to let this big African-American biscuit belly shirt wearing freak show run up and down the field every damn game for 16 games a season every year. They're going to load the box, and then they're going to make Dak Prescott beat. I'd rather see Dak Prescott try to beat me than get worn down my defense for 3 or 4 quarters with Ezekiel Elliott. So I'll take my chances with Dak over Ezekiel, and that's what everyone's doing. They're taking the runaway, and they're making Dak make plays. Eventually, when you put the ball in the air, you're going to make mistakes.
Very
and
well
that's,
said.
And that's what happens in the NFL. And turnovers happen, and they just can't capitalize and win. So they don't have the ball most of the game because they can't run the ball. So they're not on the field a lot, and their defense is suffering because they have to anchor the load. And a defense is going to get tired after a while, no matter how good you are. So that's what's happening to them. They don't have a good head coach. The offensive coordinator is good, but he can only do but so much when you have the redhead assassin, and then Jerry Jones at the top of him telling him what to do. Like, it's a puppet master world in Jerry world.
It is.
You either do what he says or you get on out. He's
Uh,
had Parcells.
a la
He's
Jimmy
had
Johnson.
Jimmy Johnson.
Thank you.
It doesn't matter. He's had great head coaches, so there's no excuse because he does not want to win. Apparently, because he doesn't want the control to be in the coach's hands.
And
so,
that's been evident, and that is, I believe that. I mean, come on, you got rid of Jimmy Johnson after a Super Bowl victory. Come on, man.
I'm good. I'm good on them. I don't see them getting to a Super Bowl as it stands right now anytime soon. The Vikings will be there before they will, and it won't be Kirk Cousins who's going to be hosting the trophy. But we'll talk about
Hey, why
that
you had to
later
bring
as
the
well.
Vikings into the He's going for the Vikings.
That's
He
wrong.
went off the All right.
They're sharp. They're coming.
All right, guys.
We'll talk about that
So
too.
moving along, we have today starting 1 o'clock. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pick them. Once again, in case you're not familiar with the cast, we got Chad Mullen, Kareem V.I. Williams, and Kareem Coop, a.k.a. Coop, in here, and we pick them every week. We go to the games, and we give our take on who's going to win, who's going to lose, and we go from there. And after the week is over, we'll talk about our records the next week. We're going to take this on out to the end of the season. We took a little hiatus, a little break. We didn't want to get too much overkill, so we're going to be back to take this into the playoffs. We'll have a little discussion after we do the picks. But until then, hold on. For those with a playback, please enjoy. Here we go. Let's pick them. The first game on the docket, we have the 6-5 up and down Tennessee Titans led by Ryan Tannehill, going into Indianapolis to take on the 6-5 Colts. Okay, we're going to start it off. Kareem Coop, you got the first pick.
Oh, man, it's a hard one here because you don't know what you're going to get with those Colts. You don't know what you're going to get with the Titans. Kind of a hard one for me here. If the Titans can establish that running game, then I think they got a chance.
For Henry?
However, if cannot, I believe the Colts will win this one. I'm going to go ahead and pick the Colts, though. I believe the Colts, that quarterback has been doing good in the absence of Andrew Luck, and I really believe that they got a pretty decent team.
Okay.
I can't say solid, but
Okay.
I'm just going with the Colts.
Cool. Chad?
I'm gonna go with the Tennessee Titans. Tannehill's shaky, but he's been doing decent there, and the defense is always strong. They're one of those teams you never know which one's going to show up.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to go with the Tennessee Titans.
Okay, cool.
Although
Vic?
Oh, the Titans have a good running game. You know, no matter if Tannehill's the quarterback or, like I said, if you got a Jackie Moon quarterback, they have a good running game and they can sustain the run. You see, they've been running. This guy is funny. You see, they've been running the ball very well over the past few weeks. The quarterback situation with Indianapolis is shaky at best. They've got their number one guy down right now. The defense has also got a few patches in. I'm going to go with the Titans.
Hold up. Who's down? The quarterback for the Colts is down?
Yeah.
You talking about
Brissett down?
Yes, Brissett is down.
I didn't know that.
Oh,
I take that back.
Brissett is down. No, you can't take it back. You
Oh,
have
man,
to
you got to do your homework.
That's why you're supposed to do analyzation.
Oh.
You're supposed to be paying attention to from
Check
week to
the
week what's
charts,
going on.
injury
Instead
report.
of sitting in Minnesota in your coat panties, worried about that one team, you're supposed to be analyzing everything. You need to start analyzing and stop smearing Cheez-Its on your nipples. Pay attention to what's going on.
Hey, I take that one back.
Yes, no, you are with the Colts.
All right, cool. We give you this one mulligan, bro. I'll let you change over. That's
you
it,
should be able
though.
to change it
Okay.
if we don't go to the next game.
All right, we're all for the the Titans. I forgot to add this
Just
game.
remember the Titans.
I forgot about this game. My brother Coop was at this game. Was the Saints against the Falcons? Saints 10-2, Falcons 3-9. Did we think that the Saints were gonna lose? They played on the moon. Drew Brees 184, Matt Ryan, Natty Ice 312. Coop, the energy in the game. What kind of energy did you sense at the game, man?
It was pretty good, but I'm not gonna lie. We left at the beginning of the first quarter. We was drunk. We got the hell out of there, and and that was that. But they always split one. They split one. Atlanta beat them the first game, and they won. So
All right, enough said. Moving along, we have the Bum Bowl of the week. I think this qualifies for the Bum Bowl. We got the 4-7 Jets, when actually the Jets have kind of been on a little tear. And against the Cincinnati Bengals, 0-11. Where's Marvin Lewis when you need him? Vic, go ahead, open this one up, sir.
It's a no-brainer. The only Bengals I want is jelly and peanut butter on mine. I'm not dealing with these guys from Cincinnati. They really suck. I hope they lose all the way out.
Yeah.
I don't care about them. They need to trade everybody on the offense who can still produce because they need to rebuild and retool.
Right.
Hopefully they'll get the number 1 draft pick and get themselves a quarterback.
Right.
I hear they're eyeing up somebody that's really special in college right now. Won't drop any names. You see the chart: Coop, Wide, Chad, and Vic. Chad, your buffalo head is bent. Okay, but anyway, I'm going to go back to my pick and say that the Jets will win this game hands down. They're on a roll, like you said, Wide, and they're going to win it.
Cool. Coop?
Yeah, I mean, it's a no-brainer. The Bengals haven't won a game yet. I mean, and the Jets have been winning. Yeah, I'm definitely going to take the Jets. The Bengals don't have anything, man. They don't have no defense. The offense. The red rifle doesn't even start anymore. The backup is in there.
Right. He's starting.
Man.
He's starting. This is the problem. You don't know the goddamn staff.
Go with the joke. Come on, man.
He's starting, though. You got to know who's starting. God damn it, Chad. Thank you.
What thank you. I got to put him back in my lineup.
Hey, Red Rifle, I don't care if they put the rifle. I don't care if they put the rifleman out there. This team not. I don't care if they put Chuck Connors himself.
They suck. They suck big fucking donkey dicks.
All right.
They can't do anything.
So we're all for the Jets in this one. Wide, Coop, and Vic. Wide, Coop, Vic, and Chad. So we're all for the Jets in this one. I think it's a no-brainer if you ask me. Moving along, we have, man, this is going to be a tricky game here. The Redskins 2-9. Going down to Charlotte to take on the 5-6 Carolina Panthers. It could be, I wouldn't call it a trap game, but I wouldn't be Panthers are. What's going on with Newton, man? What's going on with the far-fake Newton? What's going on with Chad? Talk to me, man.
I think Newton's on his way out. I don't know what's been going on in his mind, but he's had real crazy season this year, dressing up like I don't know who.
But no man should wear a bonnet. I can't respect a man that wears a bonnet. Sorry.
Exactly. I don't know. I think he's got a. I think maybe this time away from the game is helping him out, and he's gonna refresh.
It's gonna give him more ideas and more different little weird stuff to wear. Next thing you know, wearing
but I don't think he's happy there.
I don't think so. I think it's
in Carolina.
I think his course is ran. All right, let's go ahead and pick the game. Who do you got in this game, man? The Redskins or the Panthers? Chad?
Redskins all the way.
Wow, okay. Vic? Sorry, man.
What the fuck do you want me to do? I don't know who the fuck to pick with these. I'm sorry, Mark Hall, but I mean these two teams really suck.
Shout out to Mark
Hall.
You
got one guy who he's a Redskins fan. Big up to Mark Hall. But, you got one guy who used to be quarterback of the team. Who was just an MVP about 4 years ago, who lost to the Browns.
Oh, you dropped again. Coop, go ahead, man. Take it from there.
Oh yeah, I gotta go with the Panthers, man. I don't know. I mean, the Panthers still won some quality games. Redskins ain't beat nobody. And the Panthers got the second best back in the league because we all know Cook is number one. They got the second best back in the league. The young quarterback has had some good games. They got a couple weapons to work with. I'm going with the Panthers. I still see the Panthers as a decent team. I mean, their record kind of sucks being 5-6, but they still got some good players and second best running back, a little deadly young receiver. I got to go with the Panthers. Redskins don't really have nothing. I mean, what is there to go with?
I don't know. I'm in a really bad area. I must be in Redskin world because the signal keeps dropping. My page. I'm going to go with the Redskins. They actually strung a win or two together this year. I like the running back for the Panthers, but I mean that's all they got. I don't know.
They got the receiver.
This is something. Yeah. This is something new. I'm going to go with Coop on this one. I'm going with the Panthers. I think this first time me and Coop ever went with a team together. So we got Chad and Vic for the Redskins. Coop and Wide for the Panthers, and Chad is nowhere to be found. Good thing he voted though.
Who did he
Chad,
vote for?
he took the Skins. I let him start out. All right,
Pork
move.
skins?
Hey, so what team do you guys? What do you see? Where would Cam be better off at? Where can you see Cam contributing right away? What team needs Cam?
Yeah, of course they're gonna say the Bears, but anywhere that needs a quarterback, but they're gonna say the Bears. That's what everybody says.
The Bears. Okay, I've heard that too. Man, looks like we lost everybody. This thing is bugging today. All right, man. We're going to go moving along to the 49ers against the Ravens, man. The 49ers, this is going to be the game of the week. Not the Bum Bowl, ladies and gentlemen. The Ravens at home, 9-2 against the 49ers, the best record in the league. 49ers, the Ravens, and then, no, the 49ers, the Pats, and the Ravens. Because aren't the Pats like, they lost one game too? I don't know, man. We pardon the interruption on here. We're having dropouts on our Google Hangout app for some damn strange reason. I should just go Facebook Live on their asses. I tell you guys what, we're gonna hold on for real quick, and we're gonna establish some connection. I'm gonna call you guys on Facebook Live. I'm gonna call you on the Facebook Messenger. All right. So go ahead and hang up here. Hey, Vic, I'm gonna go over to Facebook. I'm gonna call you, and we're gonna do the group chat on Facebook. I'll see you there. Sorry for the interruption, but we're gonna go ahead and do the. We're gonna call everyone in. I don't think I could do that, can I? I don't think that's gonna work. Nope, not gonna work. All right, we're gonna go back to Hangouts. Just a second. All right, hit them back. Let's go back. Hopefully this works this time. It's a pick 'em first. We're not perfect. We're not perfect. We're not perfect by far. Yeah, it's Google's fault, man. We're gonna blame Google on this one.
Well, I'm gonna say this one time, and let's say it for the record here. Samsung and Droid have not mastered the FaceTime call. They have not mastered the FaceTime call. The Droid Nation. That's the one flaw that I say that they have. They have not mastered the way to connect people via FaceTime, and it's really sad. They have a signal from a bunch of pigeons. I don't know, in Alaska somewhere.
I gotta agree with you, man. This is ridiculous, man.
They need to fix it, or we need to go FaceTime.
Well, we're gonna go to Skype next week because this program that I use called XSplit, shameless plug, they support Skype real well. So maybe we'll get our Skype stuff together. We'll go Skype next week, man. It'll be better to broadcast. We'll figure that out.
No, we'll figure it out. We got Chad in fucking Kansas. Who knows?
Chad's in Kansas. I wouldn't cut Chad off. Chad's not a part of Pickem. This Pickem pick. He got a couple picks in, but we're gonna continue. We're going to go old school like we did last year. So we were on the game of the week. I think you got the 10-1 49ers going into the DMV to take on the Baltimore Ravens 9-2. The 49ers are for real. I said it last year. The 49ers kept that core nucleus that there would be a problem, and they're doing everything that I call. I called them, and I called the Ravens this year. You know what I'm saying? So both the teams that I thought were going to be good are good, man. The 49ers, they both share the best records in the NFL. Only thing is the 49ers are on the road. They're going to man, I like this 49er team. I really like this 49er team. Vic, I open up the pick to you.
I like Lamar. I like Jackson.
Yeah.
I like what he's doing in Baltimore. The entire team is rallying around him. They play for him. They believe in him as a quarterback. He's doing a lot of dazzling things on the field this year.
Yes.
He's a lot better quarterback than a lot of people and skeptics thought he would be.
He can't throw. He can't throw.
Ball, but he's using his feet to create passing lanes.
Yes.
And he's not running downfield. He's running side to side to buy time. He can throw on the run. He can run. But the 49ers have a great defense. You know, they have Bosa. They got those boys up front. So I don't know. It's going to be very interesting, but I don't see the Niners going in and getting a win. The Ravens have been putting up a lot of points. The 49ers have been winning on defense. Got to go with the Ravens.
Nice, well said. Cool.
Yeah, this is a hard. It was definitely the game of the week, man. You got Lamar Jackson or Michael Vick 2.0,
Yeah.
but the difference with this one is they actually built the offense around him. They never did that with Vic. Vic just played within the offense and made
Right.
plays. They actually built this offense around Lamar Jackson, and it's working.
I agree.
It's done, and he's clearly running away with the MVP. Unless he starts, you know, digressing. I mean, I don't see him losing that. But yeah, it's a hard one, man, because 49ers defense is good. The offense has stepped up as of late. The quarterback is playing pretty good out there. You know, he wasn't playing good early in the season. It was all defense in the running game, but he's actually been throwing some touchdown passes. Plus, they're playing defense. But yeah, this is a hard one. But the Ravens at home, Lamar Jackson, like he said, I mean, he said it perfect, man. They rally around him. They believe in him. And I mean, he's brought a certain energy out there that just they feel like they can't be beat, and they're home. So I got to go with the Ravens. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised 49ers win, but I'm gonna go with the Ravens.
Well said. I'm with the two. I'm with that too. I'm glad that the black quarterback is getting respect finally. You know, Vic took his respect though. Let's don't get that twisted. Randall took his respect, but they're really riding this guy. I mean, there's a lot of these analysts, players, they like Lamar Jackson, and you know they said he couldn't pass. Well, guess what? Guy's throwing up some big numbers, man. And like Vic said, he couldn't say it any better. He you know, he creates passing lanes, man, and that right there is a hell of an attribute to have. But 49ers on a roll. I think the 49ers, man, if this Ravens defense could slow down this 49ers offense, the defense is good too. It's gonna be a tough call. You can't be wrong in either or. But I'm gonna have to go with y'all on this one too, man. I'm going with the Ravens too, even though I like the 49ers. But I'm not. I can't pick on emotion. So a home game, if 49ers would have been at home, I'd have took the 49ers. All right, guys, moving along. We're all for the Ravens. Moving along, man. The Buccaneers, 4-7 Buccaneers going to Jacksonville to take on the 4-7 Jaguars. Two Florida teams, both 4-7. Jaguars got Foles back. Running backs running. I seen him last game, had a little bit of energy. He's got kind of a burst with him. Winston, man, he's so up and down. And he had a bad game beforehand. I think they won the last one. Last game, Winston had a pretty decent game. But Vic, go ahead and open it up.
I'm going to go with the Jags. I believe in Foles. When Foles is healthy, this team probably would have made the playoffs.
Yes.
It's unfortunate what happened. It's only his first game back. It's kind of scary to me. But Winston, I have no trust in him. I don't know what he's going to do. If he's going to throw a touchdown or he's going to steal a rack of clams or crabs. I just don't know. I don't know with him. I got to go with the Jags. The game is in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm going to go with the Jags on this one.
Yeah, I'm with you. Coop?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take the Jags too. I mean, like you said with Winston, you just don't know what you're gonna get. One game he looked like, oh, he's arrived. Then the next game he looked like a bum. So it's just, I don't know, man. But Jacksonville, like you said, Foles was there. They'd probably be a different team. The running game is working though. I mean, they running pretty good.
Fournette looked damn good. Fournette looked damn good.
Yeah. Fournette looked good. They got a great young wide receiver that's making headlines over there. But yeah, I mean, I can't go with Tampa.
Yeah, no way. You be giving away. You getting that loss messing with Tampa. Okay, so we're all for. I'm for the Jaguars as well. So we're all for the Jags on that. Moving along, we got the Browns and the Steelers. The Browns, man, have been playing good of late. They're now 5-6, one game out of 500. But the Steelers, they're holding on. They're 6-5, man. They should be a lot worse. This record should be a lot worse. They're still hanging on there. The playoff picture and the obviously the Ravens have it on so. But the Steelers, man, they're 6-5, staying above, playing afloat. I don't think that they have enough firepower right now to take the Browns. I think the Browns got some chemistry going on. The Browns have the best on paper talent in the league. Let's be honest. So I think the Browns going to Pittsburgh. It's a division game. You know, the record doesn't matter in some of these games. I'm going with the Browns. Vic?
I'm going to go with the Steelers on this one. I'm still not really sold on Baker Mayfield. He sounds like he owns a white flour company. That name, I don't know. I should be making pancakes with his name. I really don't really trust him too much. He's starting to rely on his wide receivers now, which is great. The Steelers are still got a little animosity, I'm sure, left. This is a rivalry game, also with the whole helmet issue. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't see them going into Pittsburgh and getting a win. They're going to find a way to bobble it. I don't. I just don't have any faith in the Browns at this time. I'm going to have to go with the Steelers, no matter who the quarterback is. I don't care.
Great. Coop.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and ride the wave of these Browns, man. I
Of course you would. Of course you would.
Like
Of course you would. Of course you would.
I don't trust them, but
Of course you
I
would.
believe that the it's gonna work.
Of
Y'all
course
picked them out there
you
falling.
would.
All right. So Coop.
Unbelievable.
Coop for me and Coop for the Browns. Vic for the Steelers. We'll see what happens.
Ride that wave right there.
Fucking real.
Moving
But
along. We
One
said-
thing about the quarterback,
Yeah.
they say he's a one-read quarterback. That's what scares me.
Yeah, he's Neil O'Donnell.
Oh yeah.
Neil O'Donnell come out the huddle looking at the motherfucker he gonna throw to.
But he got enough weapons. He should be good. If
Hey.
they put the ball with Chubb, they'd be a better
Hey.
team. I don't know why they keep trying to pass.
All right, I could fucking flourish in that offense, man, as a quarterback. Okay, moving along, we have the 8-3 Packers, which is very surprising this year, against the 2-9 New York Giants at home. I'm with the Packers. I bet against my team. I can't do it. I cannot pick the Giants in this. I cannot. I will not. I got the Giants. Coop, you're next.
I gotta take the Pack over the Giants, man. I mean, that's a no-brainer.
Yep.
Even though the 49ers knocked them back to reality,
Yeah, man.
I
But
mean, they're still light years ahead of the
we have
Giants.
nothing. We don't even got a water boy, man. So
It's unfortunate, man.
it's
What's
very
there
sad.
for the Giants, man?
Yeah.
I feel like they messed up Barkley's career, man.
Yeah, I
Just
do
give-
too.
Yeah,
He
man.
ain't got no
Got-
blood. This how I feel in the whole thing, man. I ought to shut, I know Barkley got hurt. Let's shut him down, man. Shut him down. Let's get, we never should have put Jones in the game. We could have let Eli ride into the sunset, let this cat hold the clipboard for the year, learn some new tricks, and then step in the game. Maybe put it in the last couple of games of the season. Let Eli do a curtain call. But no, they want to throw this guy in the third week of the season for nothing. We weren't contending. We weren't going anywhere. We knew this. We have no.
This is why you do throw him in now, so that next year, when you get some more pieces around him, he can actually be productive. He won't just be coming on the field a novice to the NFL speed, the game of the speed, speed of the game.
But-
You guys are not playing for anything but trying to establish some chemistry. Get him in there now. Eli needs to go and make a
Just don't want to shell shock him.
You're not going to win You're not going to get into the playoffs.
There's no line. I don't trust the line. I don't want to shell shock him like Carr did in the Texans when they let him in, when he first started him. He had no line.
Jones is not going to be shell shocked. He is going to get better. He showed flashes that he can move the ball with his feet. He has a good arm. He just.
Uh-oh. Damn it. Google, bro. I'm with him on that. And, man, if the Giants organization is listening, man, please get a line. Let's build a line up, man. I need some corn-fed, athletic, 4-5 running dudes on that line, man. Let's make it happen. Coop.
You need to draft some Ohio State guys.
Yeah.
Ohio,
Iowa.
some of them big boys. I need to
Right,
get some
right.
Ohio State.
Word up.
Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? Got to go to them type of
Iowa, both Iowas, Oklahoma. Let's go Boise State. Like in that Midwest, that right there, where these cats, they go to school and they work on their daddy's farm. You know what I mean? Them type of dudes. That's what we need. Right. All right, we missed Vic, so we're gonna move on to the next game. Next, sorry about that, Vic. I don't know what's going on, brother. Thanks for hanging on with us. So
Yeah, I tried to hang on, but I fell off.
I got your point, man. And like I said, I was sending a letter out to the Giants organization. Please, let's build the lineup. We were thinking we'd get some linemen from Iowa around them the corn-fed dudes that play football and then work on their daddy's farm part-time and then go to school and play football. So we'll see what happens next year. But the Packers, 8-3, very surprising. The Packers, I don't know what pieces they have, but they keep winning games. But, yeah, you're right. The 49ers did knock them down to reality. Moving along, we got the 5-6 Philadelphia Eagles going down to South Beach, taking on the 2-9 Dolphins. The Eagles need this game. They're trying to contend for the NFC East. Right now, the Cowboys are the lead, but this could be a pickup, and the shit could be real complicated if the Eagles beat the Dolphins, which I don't think is a problem. Vic, open it up, sir.
Damn, soon as this turn together.
Cool.
Well, the Eagles, man. I mean, the Dolphins still don't have anything, man. They don't have nothing to go off of.
Yeah.
I mean, the Eagles, I don't know. The Eagles are weird, too. They so up and down. They got talent. They're a good team on paper, but I don't know what it is with the Eagles. But they shouldn't have no problem beating the Dolphins. So I definitely got to take the Eagles on that.
If they lose to the Dolphins, bro, there's no, it shouldn't even, they don't deserve anything anyway. All right, so
Yeah.
Vic did not get his pick in, but I'll go ahead and pick for him. There's no way he's going to say the Dolphins.
Yeah.
All right, moving along. We got this game here, man. We got the 6-5 Los Angeles Rams. I thought this team would be top in the NFC like last year, but let's talk real quick. Waiting on Vic, man, to go back. I hope a lot of these coaches and a lot of these fans and a lot of these organizations understand that this football is all about scouting and getting the edge on people. If you come out and you have the same setup as you have you were successful for last year, you're going to have to change things up. You're going to have to throw sets in different audibles and disguise things. You can't think you're going to be successful the same way you were last year. It's been proven time and time again. Everyone remember when it came out with the Wildcat, Ronnie Brown, the Dolphins, they had no answers for it. They tried to come out with that Wildcat again, 2010, 09, they shut the shit down. The pistol, the run and shoot. People find ways. They do film. You got to change up your game plan. You got to keep changing your personnel out. When they get used to people, they're trying to find out your weakness. They're watching film constantly. There's so much media on these teams and the plays they run in, the situational shit. So change your – and the Rams, I think, are a perfect example of a team that didn't do a good job of adapting and changing up schemes and changing the game plan and shuffling up the mix a little bit. Cool.
Yeah, with the Rams, part of that is their offensive line, too. They can't block them. I don't know what happened to the offensive line, but they're not blocking well. Running back is not running well. You know, he stays injured.
Yeah.
He's getting less carries, less touches.
He's been the
So,
same.
and then the quarterback is not – I mean, he showed in the Super Bowl that he's not really, at this point, a championship quarterback. I don't see – he's okay. He got decent games here and there, but I just don't see him as the one to really take them at this point now. I mean, he's still young.
It's like a
But
Philip.
at this point, I just don't see him the one to take them there.
He's an NFC Philip Rivers.
Yep. I did not hear to hear that.
Oh, my
Yeah.
bad. I forgot it was Vic's team.
Yeah, we needed him here for that.
Cool. So you got
Yeah,
this
but
one.
that's the truth. But who to pick? It's kind of hard, man, because the Cardinals have been playing better.
Yeah, they could beat this. They could beat them.
Yeah, they compete. They're still not there, but they're getting there. That young quarterback is figuring it out, and he's starting to make a lot of plays.
Yeah.
I may still have to take the Rams this one, but I wouldn't be surprised for the upset. But I don't think the Rams are that bad. But they're just not what they were last year.
Yeah, they're not. I don't see them beating the Cards, man. But I like the Kyler Murray kid. He kind of reminds me of what Manziel could have been. You know, I like how he runs around and makes plays, man. Like, he's pretty active in the pocket. Kind of reminds me of a Jeff Garcia-ish type of Johnny Manziel-ish, what Johnny Manziel could have possibly been. But I'm with you on the Rams. I'll take the Rams as well. So we're both taking the Rams. All right, we'll get Vic when he comes back. We'll just get him. We'll backtrack. Next game we have is actually Vic's team, man. We got the Chargers, 4-7. Oh my God, going into Denver, Mile High division game, AFC West. Broncos are 3-8. Chargers and the Broncos. I'm gonna go ahead and take my pick. I don't know, man. I Chargers, man. What happened? What the hell happened, man? I gotta take I'm gonna take the Chargers though, man. I hate the Broncos, man. I just have no faith in the Broncos. Cool.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go with the Chargers too. But the Broncos compete though. Their record is bad, but they're not. They still got a good defense.
Yeah.
They got some explosive players because that Lindsey is explosive.
I like Lindsey. I do like him. But...
Yeah, but I mean, the record does show pretty much what you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'll take the Chargers this one. I don't know what's going on with him, man. It's the same comparison that you made. I don't know what it is. I mean, he's one of the greats as far as stats.
Yeah, but
he just can't win the big ones and
like a deer in headlights. Well, cool.
He's been doing all kinds of interceptions. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess he's digressing. The running back, Melvin Gordon, he doesn't. I don't know if he's back warmed up yet. He looks okay. Doesn't look as.
Doesn't look like the Melvin Gordon I had in my fantasy last year. I tell you that.
Yeah.
So we're
I
both.
like second string. He's pretty good. I like this second string guy. He's good.
Right.
But I mean, against the Broncos, they're 3-8. I'm gonna have to go with the Chargers.
All right. So we're both for the Chargers, beating the Broncos on the road. Moving along, we have the
Raiders.
Jesus Christ, what am I doing here? Oh man, Raiders at the Chiefs. The Raiders, Oakland Raiders, another division game. All the divisions playing each other this week. We got the 6-5 Oakland Raiders going into Kansas City to take on the 7-4 Kansas City Chiefs, the defenseless Kansas City Chiefs, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a big Raiders guy, man. That's my AFC team, kind of unofficially. I like the Raiders. I root for the Raiders. I like John Gruden. I'm a Carr guy. I like Carr. I just like his attitude, man. He's a good kid. The Chiefs, on the other hand, if the defense, if that offense ain't running on all cylinders, they don't stand a chance. You know. In this game, no, man, the Chiefs at home. I think the Chiefs make a push towards the end. I got to go with the Chiefs on this one, man. Thinking with my head and not my heart. Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take the Chiefs too. I wouldn't be surprised, because it is a division rival. The Raiders are a better team.
Yeah.
They're still there yet, but hey, they've made some plays this year, and that rookie running back is over there balling, man. He's probably gonna be rookie of the year, at least on offense.
Oh yeah.
He's actually in rushes right now.
Yeah, right.
It's the rival. And I always like Carr, like you said. I always like Carr.
Yep.
I think Carr needs a couple more weapons, though. A couple more,
He had one. He had a crazy one, though.
He gave him up.
Looney Tunes.
Oh, you talking about? Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
He had one. That would have been, man. I'm so mad I didn't get to see that because I think he would have been that missing piece, man, to take that team where they needed to go, man. And he could have stayed there. Carr's gonna give him the ball. Antonio Brown is a good football player,
Right. One of the greats.
Yeah, man. Like, you got that on your team, things get a lot more less stressful when you got a guy like that in your huddle, man. So I don't know, man. Everyone says not to get off subject, but people were saying, because you realize that Antonio Brown's been in this league for about 10 years. He never really made any rackets, any sounds, any disturbance. He wasn't disturbing. And he took a hit. Somebody hit him real bad on a game, and somebody showed that, and they said, ever since he got hit like that might be something to look into, man. He might, But like I say, man, everyone knows the risk to this game. I just don't like the fact that although the equipment and stuff is there to protect these guys, you know what you're getting into, and you know the possibilities, you know what could possibly happen. So when you step on that field, man, obviously, unfortunately, you take the risk of, possibly hurting yourself, man. It's not a bad risk. I mean, I'm not saying that, somebody being, messed up for life, not able to walk is a trade-off for money, man, but they are getting compensated for this stuff, and that's another discussion.
You pay big bucks. You live a different lifestyle.
Right.
So, hey,
right. All right, next game tonight, 8:20 Eastern Standard Time. We got the 10-1 Patriots. They also share the best record in the NFL. They take on the Watson and company, the Texans, at 7-4. The Pats going down to the Texans. So many people have wrote the Pats off. People have been talking ever since the Ravens came to. The Patriots are still there. They aren't going anywhere. And in my estimation, in my opinion, until somebody dethrones these Patriots, they're still going to be my number one team to take it all. So they go take a little trip down to Houston. They go see the Texans, 7-4. I'm going to go ahead and vote on this one. I'm going to take the Patriots, man. I see how the Texans got handled by the Ravens a couple weeks ago, and they're not going, and the Patriots are going to do the same thing. Best believe Belichick will have these guys ready because everyone's looking at the Patriots now trying to use a measuring stick up to these guys. The Patriots, they look a little flustered, but they still find ways to win games. But the people don't understand, when the Patriots are struggling, Bill Belichick is experimenting and he's cracking codes, man. Don't get that messed up. They're going to win. Belichick is constantly changing, and you got to be a real student of the game to be coached and to play for the Patriots, man. You gotta be all in. So I'm gonna take the Pats, man. Who you got?
Don't forget the Ravens also did that to the Patriots. Hey, you can't just put it on the tape. They did it to the Patriots. They
Yeah.
gave them that loss.
You right. You right.
I'm
Hey,
gonna count that loss against the Ravens.
when you know Bill Belichick to lose 2 straight to a team.
It's hard to say. That's why I go with the Texans. I mean, I love Watson, the Georgia product.
Yeah.
You know, he from Georgia. I think Gainesville, Georgia, not too far from where I'm at.
Yeah.
I love the way he played.
Clemson,
He
great.
was in the discussion. I'm not sure if he still is.
I
But I would love to pick him, but like you say, the Patriots always win.
Yep.
They find ways. Their offense is not really playing that good, but the defense is playing great.
Yep.
They causing turnovers.
Yep.
Gilmore is the best cover corner in the league this year.
Yeah.
Stephon Gilmore is shutting people down.
The way to beat the Patriots, man, is to get a rush Brady. Make him rush. He's a rhythm quarterback. You gotta rush him. You know, and you know, I seen some teams do penetrate the line and get to him. You know, you know, take the page out of the Giants book when we beat the Patriots both times, both in 2007 and again in 2011. You know, we rushed them. We went. You know, we weren't afraid of them, and we had nothing to lose. We went and got in Brady's way, kind of disrupted things in the backfield, and we got the win. So once again, Patriots 10-1, taking on the Texans tonight actually at 8:20, and the Monday night game, and this possibly could be the game of the year too, man. You're gonna let
two game of the
good teams, the 8-3 Minnesota Vikings, going to Seattle with the 12th man to take on the surprisingly 9-2 Seattle Seahawks. If you would have told me this in the preseason that the Seahawks would be sitting at 9-2, actually number 2 in the division, obviously 49ers are they're ahead in that division by 1 game. But if you told me the Seahawks, I think the Seahawks are overachieving. The Vikings, on the other hand, you guys been playing. You guys really went in there and really got your hands dirty, man, a few weeks, man. I watched you guys. You guys pull, you know, that game last week was a nail biter, man. You guys are winning games, and you know, that's what to me separates teams. You can go up there and blow a team out by 2 or 3 touchdowns, or then you can win impressively when you're battling and the lead changes 3 and 4 times and it goes down to the last minute. That's a different kind of team, man. And when you get down, some teams, if they ain't blowing you out, they can't win the close ones. And you got some teams that just, you know, they live for that stuff. I think this will be a good game, Coop. And in my opinion, my estimation, you can't go wrong with anything. Only thing I'll give the edge to right now is the Seahawks because they're at home. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Vikings beat the Seahawks. But I'm going with the Seahawks, man.
Yeah, this is a hard one, man, because the Seahawks always give us fits. It's always a good game, but a lot of times they find ways to win at the end. It'd be 3 points or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, we look good. Kirk Cousins has proven all the naysayers wrong. And they said he couldn't win prime time. He's won like 2 prime time games.
Vic's
He
not
came
here to
from
respond.
So he's got all the naysayers. I mean, he showed me something last week coming from behind. I didn't think he'd come from behind. I wrote that game off. He slowly started playing, but I mean, and the man has been playing the best quarterback as far as passing for the last 6-7 weeks as the top rating. You know, within that span.
Let me ask you this: Would you say that Kirk Cousins is overachieving, or you think he's playing like he can play? Like, you know, what do you think? What's your opinion on that? Is he overachieving right now, or is he a product of the team he's with?
Because I mean, he's in MVP discussion now. He pushed himself up there. Remember the first couple of games he wasn't playing good, and we lost a couple of them games.
Yeah.
But once Thielen said something, sparked it up. He just turned, man. Turned the switch on, and he's been playing well. Plus, he got a lot of weapons out there. You know, I mean, the Vikings have a good team.
Yeah.
That helped. Redskins, he never had this type of team and all these weapons. So that's a big help. You know, Cook the running game. And I mean, in a sense, you could say that because they're focused on stopping Cook. They put all the men in the box. They're focused on stopping that running game, and that kind of opens it up. When you got these receivers, we got this young tight end from Alabama.
Yeah.
All these weapons we got, man. Kirk Cousins is really excelling, and I'm very proud of him. He's earning that money as of right now. But Thielen, and we've been doing it without Thielen. When Thielen comes back, if he comes back, because he may not come back this game. He said he's not coming back unless he's 100%. I agree with. Come back when you're 100%.
All right.
He's been doing this with Thielen hurt. Now imagine when you got Diggs and Thielen, because you can't double team. They double teaming Diggs. When you got both of them, you can't double team both of them.
Yeah, Diggs is dangerous, man.
Then it opens it up with Cook. It
Let
just all worked out, you know.
Cook too.
But our weakness now, we got stars on every part of the defense except one, and it's a key part. Our cornerbacks have been our weakness all season.
Right. All great. You know, it's and there's Vic. Vic is back. Vic is back. We're just talking about the Vikings. He was saying
I'm going to take the Green Bay Packers against the Giants. This connection is as bad as a board game. I don't know where we're going to go from here, but we definitely need to get our own platform.
Vic.
The Vikings, what's going on?
He said he said Kirk Cousins in the MVP race. He's proud of him when he's playing. They're dangerous.
Yeah, the most valuable putter in golf. I don't know. He's never going to get an MVP of the NFL. Maybe AAU or I don't know. What's the game of the week here?
We have the Vikings and the Seahawks Monday Night Football. Vikings are going into the to Seattle.
Seahawks.
Okay, well I take the Seahawks. And Coop, you taking the who are you taking?
It's hard for me, man, but I got to take my Vikings.
Okay, Coop with the Vikings. All right.
You're not going in there late this late.
Yeah, I mean, Vic, but it's always good, man.
Vic, really quick, I'm gonna name these teams out. You give me who you want. I got the Rams and the Cards.
I'm gonna go with the Rams, even though the Cards are starting to play. I'm gonna go with the Rams.
All right, Chargers, Broncos.
I'm gonna go with the Broncos. We don't have much left in the tank. Phillip Rivers threw 4 interceptions last week. We're just not clicking. I'm going with the Broncos. I mean, give me a break. These guys don't know if they're coming or going. I don't even know if I'm coming or going anymore with these guys. They just don't seem like they ever want to win a Super Bowl.
Right. Raiders, Chiefs.
Going with the Chiefs. Mahomes is back. No matter what you put around that Kermit the Frog looking albino, he gets it done.
All right. Texans and what the hell? Texans and who the hell are Texans playing? Why'd I write New York down?
Texans are playing the Patriots.
Yeah, the Pats. I put New York. Texans and the Patriots.
I'm gonna go with the Patriots.
Yes, sir.
I like the Sean Watt. I like the quarterback there, but the Patriots are just coming off a big win. I'm gonna go with the Patriots.
All right, and we got. What about the Eagles, Dolphins? I already put you down for the Eagles, but
yeah, I'm going with the Eagles.
All right, there we have it. I just want to ask you like the same question I asked Coop: is Kirk Cousins overachieving this year, or is he playing like he should play?
He's doing what he normally would do in any system. He's a good quarterback. He's a game manager, but he is not going to get you to the promised land of milk and honey. He's just not going to do it. He is going to find a way to botch this thing up. He's going to find a way to botch this up. They're not going to beat the Saints in the playoffs. They're not going to beat the Seahawks on Monday night. They're not going to beat anybody of any significance when the game is on the line. They're not.
Hey.
All right, now he said, can we break down what a game manager is? Because he's clearly
break it down.
Break it down. Game manages the game. Usually have a good running game, good defense. Game manager game. This man is throwing 3-4 down passes against not the game manager. Has the best rating over the last 6-7 games.
He's always been a stat stuffer, and that's all he's ever going to be. He's not going to win you the Super Bowl. You gave him $82 million for what? He's not an $82 million quarterback. 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 So stop riding the wave because you're just riding along for another disappointing season. You're going to find a way to lose in the playoffs. Something's going to happen. You're going to lose, and that's going to be it. You're not winning the Super Bowl. I got 1,000 you don't win the Super Bowl. Now, I'll tell you that right now. You're not winning no Super Bowl.
My phone went dead.
Don't worry about it.
You're still on. You're still on.
You're still on, numbnuts. Bottom line is this. Your team is not winning the Super Bowl. Period. You're not winning with them as a quarterback. You're just not.
Okay,
That's reality.
let's go through the game recap. Titans Colts, we're all for the Titans. Jets at the Bengals, we're all for the Jets. Redskins and the Panthers, Chad Vick for the Redskins, Coop and Y for the Panthers. 49ers and Ravens, we're all for the Ravens. The Bucks and the Jags, we're all for the Jags. Browns and the Steelers, me and Cooper for the Browns, Vic for the Steelers. Packers and the Giants, we're all for the Packers. Eagles and the Dolphins, we're all for the Eagles. The Rams and the Cardinals, we're all for the Rams, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Cardinals pulled it out. Chargers and the Broncos, Wide and Coop are for the Chargers, and Vic is for the Broncos. Raiders and the Chiefs in Kansas City, we're all for the Chiefs. Pats and Texans, we're all for the Pats. And the Vikings and Seahawks, Coop is for the Vikings, obviously. Don't know if he's betting with his heart or
He's
his
betting with
head.
his heart.
Seahawks, we're all for the Seahawks. So there we go there. Really quick question. Really quick, let's go off topic. Well, not really on topic. We're still talking about football. What are you guys' thoughts, in your honest opinion, and your overall opinion, and your overall thoughts on the whole the Colin Kaepernick situation with the workout and all that? What are you guys' thoughts on that?
The NFL tried to pull a hoodwink. They tried to have him sign a waiver so that he would not be able to pursue his lawsuit. It was tied into the workout. It was a stipulation. So as far as that goes, there's no way in the Jamaica's tube sock that he was ever going to sign a waiver. He's still going after the NFL. This guy has lost his ability to earn an income with what he has been put here to do, and that's play football. If they really wanted to see him work out, they would have went on his terms. It's not a big deal to go to a high school and just see him play. From my understanding, there were 7 or 8 teams that actually showed up out of the 32.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate what's going on. This has become a really big circus. And at the end of the day, I don't know if he'll ever play again in the NFL. But definitely stand your ground and continue to do and believe in what you are put here to believe in.
Yeah.
And you got the support of people out here. It's just unfortunate he can't earn a living doing it. But, then again, he doesn't really need to earn a living anymore. He made an undisclosed agreement with Nike. We don't know the dollar amount.
Right.
We don't know if he got $100 million to do a commercial or whatever, but I'm sure he is very well financially sustained at this point. I think it's just a matter of the principle of what the NFL was doing. And he's standing up for, people of color across the country. And I think it's a noble thing that he's doing. It's a peaceful protest.
Yes.
He's not doing anything that could harm anybody physically. And people always are going to go against you when you're going to stand up for what is right. In the better good of a moneymaker like the NFL. It's $1 billion corporation. Let's just keep it what it is. Keep it 100. It's $1 billion corporation. There's money at stake. If every African American player walked out of every locker room across the country right now, the NFL would fall flat on its face.
Yep.
So we are the wheel that makes the engine go. Respect us and respect the fact that we're protesting peacefully.
Yes.
And not disturbing anything. But unfortunately, they don't want you to have a voice.
Nope.
They want you to wear your helmet and continue to play.
And shut up.
Run, Negro, run. And it's just not that. It's not that day and age anymore. We got a lot of people. You can't turn a blind eye to what's happening across the country. To African Americans across the country, and that's what Colin Kaepernick is standing up for, and I support him 1,000,000,000%.
Yep.
Well
said. Well said. I kind of agree with you in that. I think it was a whole, real snake stuff that the NFL did. My thing is, if any team could have bought this man in at any time to work out. So okay. I like the fact that Kaepernick is standing on what he's standing on. And like I say, we have the right to protest, and people try to make a big deal about what he was doing with the nail and stuff. Try to make it an issue that had nothing to do with anything about you not loving your country. The man was trying to say he's standing up for police always, or profiling and killing us. So yeah, the stance was noble. He used the platform. The NFL is not like me going to work clocking in. So let's get that straight right now. It's a whole different ball game, whole different circumstances. So yeah, I agree with Colin. I don't think Colin is ever gonna play in the NFL. I think the 8 teams that were there to show face and there to just to say I was there. If any team wanted to bring him in, they could have brought this man in at any time to work out. They're not interested in that. I hope he sues the shit out of him and gets his money.
Yeah, he's gonna get his money. They're just gonna drag it through. They're gonna drag it as long as they can. It's very unfortunate what's happening.
Yep.
But like I said, if every African American player walked out of every locker room in the NFL
Done.
right now, there would be no NFL.
Yep.
Period.
Agreed.
No one's watching the other demographic on a weekly basis.
Know
It's
your
just not
power.
gonna happen.
Know your power.
So know your power. Know who makes you run, and respect us as equals. And it's unfortunate we're not. I don't think it'll ever be that way. But
Nope.
you know, you just have to see what happens from here, and hopefully this will raise some eyebrows. If not, you know, it's just going to continue to happen. So.
Real quick, Vic, you know what kind of pissed me off? It didn't really piss me off, but one thing I noticed, I thought when Colin Kaepernick, I thought there would be a couple more people come out to, the woodworks to actually stand by this guy that was in the NFL and would have went the same route, but they didn't. There was only one man that did that and went through what he went through. No one else to buy side, man. Until we come together and realize our worth and realize that we run commerce and we're the biggest consumers in this country, hands down, bar none. Till you realize that you have power and that, even if you don't treat me equal, I still got power. You can love me or hate me. Well, that was it on that, man. Thanks for your thoughts on that as well. Shout out to Chad Mullen and Kareem Coop that didn't make it back in here. Shout out to Google. Y'all need to get y'all stuff together, man. Now, say if I was making money off this podcast, say I was using this to feed my family, it'd be looking really bad right now. I had guys dropping out, dropping in. I'm going to send a strong, stern letter to the Google. You got to stop worrying about other stuff and taking all other companies and fix what you had here. Bad enough you got rid of Google Hangouts on air. I got to do all this stuff with the screen share stuff. I can't just go on the air anymore and broadcast. Y'all make it hard for that. I'm not using Hangouts next week. We're going Skype, and we're going to figure something else out. Pickem will be back next week for Week 14. Check it out, NFL, as we move along. Once again, I'm DJ Wild Body. For Chad Mullen, for Coop, Kareem V.I. Williams.
Yes, sir.
I'm DJ Wild Body, and we'll see you next week. Enjoy your games, and that's it.
All right.
Peace.